All right, y'all. What's going on, man? So welcome back, man. We got a jam-packed show today. My co-host Bacon Network is gonna be here with me. We're gonna have QBC from down in Alabama. We're also gonna have down south as well, man. So without further ado, man, let's get an update on Alabama and the latest. So I'm gonna bring everybody on, man.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm good. I was good, guys.
Sir, what's going on down south?
Oh man, I can't call it, man. It's been good, man. Hey, we in the thick of it, man. We in the thick of football season, man. Pads clacking. The weather's starting to get cold. We in the thick of it now.
Yeah, we are. I see you already got the hoodie on too, man. So I know it's starting to get a little chilly.
Yeah, it's like 60. It's like 59, 60 here right now. So yeah, the temp's dropping, man. Hey, them licks starting to hurt a little more on that field now. So we're gonna start seeing who really want it here soon.
Nah, 100%, man. Well, Bacon, I know you came up with this obviously for tonight, man. So I'm gonna let you do the honors, man. Take it away.
Man, I appreciate that, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, we live and direct. I come with a quick name. I'll call it Game is Free podcast, but this is just something for the time being. So Game is Free, man. We talking football, basketball, but today, you know what I'm saying, we're talking Alabama football. That's why we got a good brother to my upper right, down south. We call him Steve. Down south is his nickname. So, brother, you know what I'm saying? Without further ado, man. Actually, we already did the intro, so we're already off the kilter. So we're gonna hop right into it, man. I'm sure you've seen by now the young wide receiver down there in Thompson. Let me click. Let me get right. Boom. Derrick Kimbrough, I believe is his name.
Yes.
Different, bro. So when you saw this, you know what I'm saying, what was your initial thought? Has he always been like this?
If this the same kid, I think I've seen him in middle school. If this the same kid that was at Thompson, I can't remember. But I know Thompson has talent. So I'm one of the guys that never underestimates them as far as like who is that kid, where he came from, this and that, because I know his talent there, and it's just a matter of it clicking for that kid, So they got a 27 kid, now they got a 28 kid that's gonna be special. The lineup is gonna keep the feeders gonna feed, and they definitely got a feeder program. The kid's 6'3" already. 6'3", 180, and he's probably 14 years old, man. Like, and that's great hand-eye coordination. I like what they doing, man. I like Thompson. Thompson plays. I don't know if it's technically for the regional, but we all kind of know that this is for the regional. This week coming up, they play Hoover, so that should be a great game, and I think that's going to determine who wins this region.
And then speaking of Hoover, obviously had a lot going on. Something happened with their coach. Obviously, made social media rounds. What's the latest going on with Hoover down south, and what's been the latest kind of around that team? How have they been kind of faring?
Hoover's been holding their own real well, man. The community itself is known for football, so they've always been known to produce. They've always been known to have athletes and compete for championships. They're 6-2 right now. Their last game was Tuscaloosa County. They beat them 56-6. They're starting to catch their rhythm. The quarterback Mac Beason is starting to find a rhythm. They have a great defensive line, a great defensive front with Pyle Lanning, Tyson Bacon, all of those boys. So I do expect Hoover to compete. This game Friday will tell us all we need to know about Hoover, if they're legit or not. They can easily take that number 1 seed and be at the top of their bracket. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare.
100%. Back to Thompson. Just looking over the schedule, the average is about 30, maybe like 35, 37 some odd points. But against the toughest opponents, Clay, Chalkville, and Grayson, actually, it was one more team, Hewitt Trussell. In the tougher games, they only seem to average like 15 points a game. So, I'm saying, you more hands on down there. Is that offense really for real? Because when they play tougher competition, they don't scheme to get Who scores?
Right. I mean, Trent Seaborn threw for like, I want to say he threw for like 400 yards, almost 500 yards this past week. So I think it's just a matter of they're going to move at the rhythm of him, and him finding his groove will impact that team a lot and do a lot for that team. So I really think it just depends on how can they keep him in a groove. I think he's finding the groove now, and now it's just about keeping him in that groove. If they can keep him in that groove, I think they'll do numbers.
100%. Najee, you got anything to add? You got about 2 more minutes.
When it comes to Hoover, I'm not Hoover. I'm sorry. When it comes to Thompson, right? We know they took their chops. If you can remember a little bit down south, talk about that win they had. It was a narrow win. I believe it was. Gosh, I feel like
Clay
I had
Chalker.
it. Yeah, it was a Clay Chalkville. Yes.
Yeah.
So what's been up with Clay Chalkville, real quick, and how were they able to pull that one out? Clay Chalkville is having a pretty good year as well.
Yeah. So Clay Chalkville, of course, they lost one of the top athletes in the nation in Jalen Mbakwe.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in Birmingham call him Bubba. They lost Bubba. But it's so much talent on Eastern Birmingham until they're still loaded. They got a quarterback kid named Fry who's dominant. Their line isn't as dominant as it was last year, but it's still good. They're coached very well. They're actually playing for their regional title Friday against Oxford, who has a Louisville commit, Mason Mims, as their quarterback. So it's a lot of parity in their region, and I think that game just showed Thompson a couple flaws that they needed to work on, because they lost a close one to Grayson to start the year, and then they turned around and lost that close one. So it was two close games that I feel like I wish they would have been able to compete at a higher level, but they still did great. Those aren't two teams that you like, oh my God, it's the end of the world, I lost. We've seen Thompson lose 2 or 3 games in the season and still become the 7A state champs. So you can't put it past them that they have a great coaching staff. They have a great culture. Those kids really want it. At any time, it can click for them, and I think now it's starting to click for them, and they will be a problem come November.
Most definitely. I think, man, if you aren't tapped into Alabama football, it's time to start opening your eyes, man. You got who just talked about Thompson, Clay Chalkville. We talked about Hoover as well. So now we get ready to tap into the top 25 with Permax Preps. And we're going to get down south's opinion. So, brother, you know what I'm saying? Just take a look at this list if you haven't already. First, give me a grade, A, B, C, all the way down to F. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got Auburn number 1.
Yep.
I agree wholeheartedly. They're my favorite to win 7A. Clay Chalkville number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I can see how that could be. Saraland number 3. Central Phoenix City number 4. Thompson 5. I love that top 5. Spain Park 6. Parker 7. Oxford 8. Who is that? Hoover 9.
Yep.
Opelika 10. Hewitt Trussell 11. Montgomery Catholic 12. Enterprise 13. Jackson 14. A 4A school. I love that. Carver Montgomery is 15. Spanish Fort is 16. Mountain Brook is 17. Vestavia Hills is 18. Moody is 19. Mary G. Montgomery is 20. Baker is 21. Viger is 22. St. Paul Episcopal, Austin, which is Huntsville area, 24. And Helena is 25.
Yes, sir.
I like this list. I do think St. Paul is really low. The only team they lost to was KJ Lacey and Saraland. They have a great defense, the number 1 linebacker in the nation for the 26th class, and Tank Jones. They have Will Abrams. They have a lot of talent over there. They're beating their region. That's the Mobile region right there. That's a tough region.
Facts.
That's a tough region, and they barely lost the Saraland game. That was last Friday. They lost on the controversial call.
Break it down. What was controversial about it? We got to hear it.
Well, some people don't think that the catch that CD made, CD Gill, which is a great wide receiver, some people think that the catch, he was bobbling it when he went out, when he got the foot in. I don't know. I'm not a ref. Shout out to the refs. We have a shortage of referees. You know, I don't. That's not my department. I don't get paid enough for that. But man, you know, I can understand as a community how you could be hurt by that call, but at the same time, you know, get a rest some slack, man. It's not enough of them. They're overworked. They're underpaid. And they're really here. If y'all want to do something in the community, hey, please feel free to sign up, become a ref, help out our great state, and help the babies, you know. So I don't know what else we can do about that.
There's a lot of great refs in the stands out here.
Yeah, it's a lot of great refs in the stands, man. They know the calls. Holding, you're hearing. Holding.
Now, so what's I say? A to F. Top 25. I sound like you'll give like probably an A plus B minus at the lowest.
Let me finish looking at it real quick.
You good?
On my phone, because I will say I think.
Got you, Nago.
Let's see.
Now I was just gonna ask down south. Do you think Parker is a little bit underrated? Right. They number 7. I know they took a loss, but that was an out-of-state loss to a really good Carrollton team that's still undefeated here. Do you feel they're a little underrated? Just a little bit.
I think Parker is good where they at. I like the top 5. I like Clay Chalkville being number 2 because they beat Thompson. You could say Central Phoenix City could be in that spot, like Saraland being in there. I really like the top 10. It's kind of when you get outside of that is when it kind of gets shaky a little bit. You know, you got Jackson at 14.
Yeah,
you got Moody at 19. You got Baker. You got Mary G. You got Mountain Brook, who has 3 losses on the year. You know, Enterprise has 3 losses on the year, and St. Paul only has 1 loss. You know, that kind of messes with it irks me a little bit to see that. And then Helena has 3 losses, and I feel like they're disrespecting Williamson in that, or Gunnersville, who is undefeated right now. Central Clay County also is undefeated right now. You know, so it's a couple teams that I feel like they're looking at and they're looking over a little bit. But it is what it is, man. I do like that they're representing the state well. They got a northern team on here. It's only 1, but they do got Austin on here in the top 25. So I do like that.
So C.
Yeah, we'll go C plus.
C plus. Okay.
C plus. 77, 78.
78, not even 80. So
77, 78. It's all right.
Okay. Hey, per Max Press right there, man. But we gotta start with, we already talked about other teams, but we gotta start with Moody. 19. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kind of early season, y'all played a lot of tougher opponents. So I'm not even gonna really call that a slow start. Just seeing it from where it was at then to now, just kind of bring us current. You know what I'm saying? You talked about Barack off camera, but I'm saying
he's doing well, man. He's top 5 in sacks this year. I mean, he had 9 sacks last year, and that was for the full season. They played 13 games. I don't think they've played how many games? They played 7 games, and he's already at 12. So he's doing a great job. Charlie Johnson that's who they move. Kind of how I was just giving you the rundown with Trent. I feel like Charlie Johnson is he moves the offense and they go at his rhythm. The kid has an arm out this world. That kid can throw the ball, man. It's amazing to see that kid. And then on the defense is a kid named Caleb Goff, Sidney Walton, who's committed to Tennessee, and I feel like they are the leaders. They move at the rhythm of them, at the beat of them. Sidney's physical. He's a big DB. He's fun to watch, especially if you played DB before. Just watching him play that position and come up in the box, it's beautiful. KG is just whatever you want him to do. Caleb Goff, he does a lot. He's the punter. He's the linebacker. He's the safety. He's the quarterback on a goal line formation. He's whatever you want him to do. He's one of them boys you want going in with you in a bar fight. You know, like he's one of them. You know, so. I like their identity, man. I do think it's probably going to come down to them in Gunnersville in the north. The north isn't as loaded as the south as far as 5A. and I've been saying that like all year. The South is so low. Viger, Williamson, Central Clay County, Catholic, Demopolis. It's 5 or 6 teams that we don't know which one is going to make it out of that gauntlet of a playoff bracket. Whereas up north, you probably got 3 to 4 that's decent. Gunnersville and Moody is probably there, and then Ramsey, you can't forget about them. You can't forget about Leeds. So like, it's probably 4 teams in the north. But all in all, though, I do like what they're doing, and I do think that Moody can make noise. I think their schedule is going to benefit them in the long run. Playing a Gainesville, playing a Oxford early with a Louisville committee at a quarterback position, playing those caliber teams. They beat Helena, who's the number 25 team on this list. So yeah, they've done a lot of good things to be able to put themselves in a battle tested position when November come. But hey man, you never know. Once November hit, man, any given Friday, it's really who wants it more. You know, it's who wants it more. You got to go 5-0 if you want to hoist the state championship blue map, as we call it in Alabama. If you want to hoist that blue map, you really have to buckle down and really want it.
Okay, and then Najeh.
Good points by you. So obviously we talked about Moody's, another team I wanted to obviously ask you about a little bit. And that's Oxford. I heard they were supposed to have a pretty good year this year. What's the latest going on with Oxford? What you been hearing about them?
Oxford is undefeated. They're going into this game with Clay Chalkville undefeated. So it's the battle of the two powerhouses for the North. No offense to Parker, but when we speak of Region 6, Region 6 hoists a lot of blue maps. You got Clay Chalkville, you have Oxford, who won championships, and you also have Pinson Valley with Kool-Aid, and all those, Bo Nix, where he comes from, and all that stuff. So that's a little championship hub right there. I think Oxford defense isn't where it needs to be to make a championship run. They run like a funky little 3-3 stack. Sometimes they'll mush all their linemen up in the line. And their linemen are kind of undersized also. So it kind of doesn't make for ground and pound. If someone can ground and pound you down the field a little bit. But as far as Mason Mills, man, he's special. I seen that kid. I went to the Moody versus Oxford game. I seen him dip that shoulder, step up in the power. I was like, yo, that's
nice.
That's P4. You know, that's P4. That's why he's going to Louisville. You know, so yeah, I like the offense specifically and what the coach does to be able to, if you can't stop it, we're going to keep doing it mentality. But I think the defense is going to come and bite them in the butt a little bit when they play this Friday. I think that's going to really bite them. They could win it. My money's on Clay. I could be wrong though, but my money's on Clay with that one. But I do like what Oxford doing. I do think they'll be a 3rd or 4th round type of team.
For sure. Anything on Jackson? I know the running back's been going crazy, but I think it's a wide receiver or a DB. It's a DB. He's been playing this season. He's been playing his tail off.
Hey, yo, man. Hey, can't nobody stop them boys, man. If we could get a trophy to them right now, I think it'd be better. It'd not hurt a lot of folks' feelings because
Blue map Jackson, you booking it right now?
Whoo, yeah, I gotta book that one, man. They are. Landon Duckworth should be one of the top quarterbacks in the nation next year. I think he's already up there, like top 10 or something like that. But he is, man, that kid is special, man. He is very, very special. And then EJ. Who's the running back, he's also special. Then you got Juice Gordon at corner. You know, then you got the Chapman kid at wide receiver. Like, to be a 4A team and have that much talent, it's not too much you're gonna be able to do with them. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough on opponents.
Question for
Real
you,
tough.
On that. I know they played Saraland in the season opener, back and forth game. Saraland won. What classification is Saraland in if they're not 4A?
Saraland is 6A. Saraland is 6A, so we have 7 classifications. Saraland is 6A. Jackson isn't the regular 4A team. They play 7A, 6A team. They do that every year. Jackson actually put belt on 7A teams. You know, like they're one of those type of teams that will put belt on you if you come out slipping. You know, and they swinging it. They swinging it like an old granny telling you go get in the tub and then go get in the bed. You know, they swinging that belt, boy. But nah, I really like what they do, man. I like the coach. Man, every time Duck tagged me in the post, I hurry up and share it, man. I think that kid is so special. He's fun to watch. EJ too. EJ, to be that heavy, he's so fast. You know, that team is very fun to watch, man. And I'll tell you the 4A team that I think will compete against them is Pleasant Grove. They're coached by Coach LeBeau right here in Birmingham. That's the team that I think that will compete against them. They have a kid named Tremel Washington. He's number 2 in the state in receiving yards. He's special. He's very special. Yeah, I don't. Besides Pleasant Grove, I don't really see nobody messing with them, man. They really like that. They are really like that.
Nah, for sure. So you booking it?
Yeah, I'm booking
Jackson
that.
4A. Cisco. Let's go 7. Cisco 7A real quick.
7A Auburn. The number 1 team on this list.
Yeah,
that's my team.
I watched him film on there. I didn't get to watch as much, but I seen they got a big old line, running back solid. They look like they missed a couple of throws on the outside. I can't remember who. I think it was Opelika who that was playing. I think.
That's a rival. That's Auburn and Opelika are like right next door to each other. Okay. So it's kind of like Moody Leeds. It's one of them type of rivalries, you know. It's very close to each other. But just speaking on Auburn, man, Coach Etheridge is a winner. He's a great coach. He won at Leeds. He won at Oxford. And I think he's going to win at Auburn this year. You know, I really have faith in him. Omar Mapson is probably one of the best running backs in the nation for the 26th class. Has offers everywhere. The Kilgore quarterback kid, he is not scared to take a lick. He's not scared to deliver a lick. And he tries to get the ball out. Watching a film, it puts me in the mindset of a college almost. Just seeing how many formations that they bring out. Coach Etheridge, if you listening, you got to tell me the secret. Like, how do you install that in one summer? Like, that is crazy. To see a high school team run that many formations and get the ball and get their players downhill that they know need to be going downhill, that's special. That's special, man. And they're not out there looking at no pad or like they don't have a playbook on their wrist. They are really looking to the sideline, getting the play and going with it, man. So that's good coaching right there. That's great coaching.
So let me get some potential upset teams in 7A.
Carver Montgomery. Turbo Rogers is as advertised. He's a running back, scat back, slot, X, Y, Z, elemental P. He's whatever you want him to be on the offense.
Like that.
That kid is special. TK Norman, wide receiver kid. He's also special. I'd say they've lost a couple close games that I feel like they could have won, specifically the one against Enterprise. I think time management, not kicking the field goal, going to overtime, a couple more things kind of stopped them from basically winning a couple close games. But that's just little small stuff that they're going to figure out. But, man, I really like them. And then shout out to my Mobile boys, Mary G. Montgomery, MGM. Yeah. MGM has a great defense. They have a couple fast boys. Man, it's gonna be special, man. I think MGM can make another run. They have a great head coach, and they're coached well also. They don't have the same quarterback. The quarterback that they had from last year is now at South Alabama, playing college. So they kind of got a guy playing out of position right now. But even with that, man, that defense is so dominant. They're gonna stay in a lot of games because of it.
Before we segue off, man, we talked about Enterprise, how they've been kind of underachieving. What do you think has been that reason? They got a lot of talent. I believe they got the linebacker or safety who's committed to Auburn if he hadn't flipped. I doubt it. Just what's your thoughts?
Y'all ain't hear about the story, huh?
Nah, that's what we got you on the show, brother.
Okay, so the head coach was at a Opelika game against Dothan, I want to say.
Okay.
And they were recording the game from their phones. Yeah, they were trying. It was a spy gate.
I mean, don't you get the film anywhere on like Huddle? I mean, not Huddle, but Huddle and Max Prep?
Nah, they was literally at the game trying to film. Him and the coaches was filming the sidelines trying to read the plays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like a little.
I love a coaching.
The rumor is they wouldn't send the film. They wouldn't send the film down south. That's true. That's the rumor.
I don't know. I don't know, man. But I do know there's no place for the cheating. If it's in the rule book, as far as coaches not being able to go to these games, I know coaches that go to games and sit and watch the game, but I've never heard of you being that blatantly disrespectful to film. You know.
Yeah.
So that's something that's gonna be on his rap, and he's dead. He's sitting dead in the middle, like, you know. So it's going. Hey, coach, you gotta find you some little runners. You gotta find, you gotta find you some runners, coach. You can't be out there like that head first, man. But that was disappointing. But the underachievement part, they was achievement before then. I don't know what it is. I think they have a quarterback problem. I really do. I think if they had a better quarterback, maybe that'd help, or a better run game. Something's missing where they kind of need a little more. Their defense was stout, but you leave the best defense on the field too long, and they'll turn mediocre. You know, they'll turn mediocre real quick. So I think the offense part was the part they got to figure out.
Well, he up there spot game, man. Next thing is getting cold. It ain't gonna be that wind. It's gonna be them letting the ball out there. That's gonna be that breeze.
Hey man, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to the next level, boy.
He got to try a little smarter than that. You could not be out there with your phone sitting in the middle like that. But nonetheless, we're gonna move on to something that's I think that's gonna be near and dear to down south and a lot of other just Alabama high school football supporters. Some, you know what I'm saying? We all know there are some that's like, we don't need an NIL, but I think it's going to be big. And I'm hearing, I'm not going to disclose the information, but it could be a big-time quarterback move from Alabama to a Georgia team because of this matter. But nonetheless, I will read the content rules from the state of Alabama per On 3. The monetization of NIL rights is prohibited for high school athletes in Alabama. The AHSAA defines an amateur as one who does not use his/her knowledge of athletics or athletic skill for gain. Besides medals, trophies, plaques, rings, athletes can't receive awards valued more than $250. Brother, you are in the thick of things down in Alabama. Just, you know what I'm saying? You probably have read that before, but we're hearing it for another time. Just what's your thoughts?
Man, we behind, man. Every time I hear it, it reminds me of why we ain't got the lottery here. Why, you can't go somewhere on Sunday until 12 o'clock to get some drink, or all this little
stretch offs.
Huh?
I can't get no stretch offs.
Man, you can't get a Bud Light out of Circle K until 12 o'clock. Like, it's certain little small things, man, where I feel like they push us behind because they want to stay true to their pride. And everybody don't live by those same morals that, some people do. It's a holier than thou. Y'all ever heard that word before? Like, that phrase, holier than thou. Like, you think you're holier than thou. You want to look down on someone. If someone wants to gamble, that should be their right. And we should also have the right as taxpayers to receive the benefits from it. If someone want to drink on a Sunday early in the morning, that should be their right. And we should, as taxpayers, should also reap the benefits from that taxes that's coming. And if a kid wants to get paid from the name, image, and likeness that him and his parents have produced for him, that should be the right of that kid and those parents. I honestly think that this will be challenged here soon if they don't fix it. Hopefully, we got a new director, so hopefully he fixes it. That's the plan. But if not, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna sue here soon. It just happened in North Carolina. They won. I imagine that people are taking notice. If not just up and leaving, how a lot of people do. Coben Landrew, who was a wide receiver at Thompson, he left, went to Georgia. One of the top candidates, one of the top ranked kids in basketball, left Huntsville and went to Georgia. And hell, we might be next. Like shit. So like, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. So it's I'm not gonna stagnate the growth of my JIT just to say I'm staying here in my state because I love it. I do love my state, but at the same time, we're not gonna stagnate progression. And I feel like that's something that they have to get out their head, thinking that they can run someone else's life, private citizens' life. And remind you, the AHSA, we don't vote on these people. This isn't these aren't elected officials. This is a private entity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a private entity that's been around since like the 30s, 1930s or something like that. So it's almost 100 years old. I don't know what's gonna be the deal, but I do know if a kid ever accepts NIL and they tell him he don't have ineligibility or something like that, they're gonna sue the shit out of him, and it ain't gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. Yeah, man, I just hate it, man, because like now we're almost surrounded. Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, we're surrounded by NIL states. Like
Mississippi beat y'all. Y'all should be ashamed.
It's crazy, man. It is crazy.
And for the record, folks, if you're just not watching, this is a brother to Barack Willis. He said he possibly could be on just messing. But so you've been following the North Carolina case closely, so just kind of give us a little in-depth analysis about is it I'm sure it's a 5-star athlete that's got to
I forgot his name. Do you remember his name?
I know.
I forgot his name. It's a quarterback kid though. I think it's a quarterback kid, or was it the D-line, offensive tackle kid? Either way, North Carolina rules states that a kid that goes to a private school can receive NIL and still be eligible, but a kid that goes to a public school couldn't. And the mother of that child challenged that, took that to the courts, and fighting that. So I think that's what's going to end up happening here if they don't act quick enough. If they don't act quick enough, that definitely will happen here, and the Supreme Court will strike it down. I don't even think it'll make it federal. I think our state Supreme Court will strike that legislation that you just read off down, and then it'll be a free for all. So, in my opinion, if I was giving advice to the AHSA, I would say get on top of it, because when you don't get on top of it, we see stuff like the college landscape where it took a couple years for them to kind of gain control, basically. Like the NCAA lost their power for a second, and they kind of figuring the landscape out a little bit. It's still kind of woo woo, but it's a lot more parity. And if I was the HSA, I would get on top of it, approve NIL, and try to see what you could come up with to make it where the parents and kids could benefit, but also still have the integrity in the sport. Because this is the last pure level of this sport that we have. Y'all see courtside in the lobby?
Yes, sir. You ready? Y'all ready for him?
Yes, sir.
Yo,
brother.
My bad, y'all. I'm super late. My bad.
It's all good, man.
Leave it up to one. Leave it up to one, boy.
My bad.
You talking about the NIL in Alabama, man. You fresh on, brother. So just give me your opinions on what I'm saying.
Hey, put that article back up real quick.
All right, for sure, I got you.
Was that the North Carolina article?
Yeah, it was. His name is
Underwood.
Faison Brandon. Not this. This ain't it.
Greensboro. Okay. Yeah, his mama Sue. Yeah. That's the same thing I was following up on. Yeah, right there.
A lawsuit been filed. North Carolina education decision. I can't. Yeah. Pretty much. I can't read on here like that, brother. We gonna keep it moving, though, brother. But yeah, I'll be trying to read it in depth. But brother, you know what I'm saying? Just give it you fresh on, just kind of give us your thoughts on just the whole NIL condition in Georgia. I mean Alabama. You more hands-on with the athletes down there, so kind of what's their feelings?
Right. To be honest, I haven't really delved too deep into it yet. We still in season right now, so I really just been locked in with everything down this way, getting ready for playoffs and stuff. You know what I mean? But what I will say on the little bit I do know, I feel as if both players and programs can benefit from it in Alabama, especially if it's done the right way and handled the right way by the right people. A lot of people could benefit off of it. Not just the athletes, the whole. I'm talking about money for the whole school, district, everything. You know what I mean?
I'll say this though, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. It also might be the end of small ball.
Oh yeah, small ball. Yeah, Alabama. If we go NIL,
it also might kill those 1A schools.
Mm-hmm.
It might kill some of them smaller schools.
What they gonna do though? They gonna have to go private?
Yeah, they could go AISA, or they could join with their local, like the closest school to them. They could probably join together or something. But it's gonna kill a lot of small ball schools, I think.
Lack of funding?
Yeah, just with lack of talent.
Okay.
You know, you start losing more and more and more and more and more, then the lack of funding becomes the issue then, you know. So those kids wanting to leave that school and go play at a Hoover, go play at a Thompson, you know, go play at a Parker, go play at a Saraland, that can become an issue too. So I think it's going to be bittersweet because, yeah, you're going to get what you want, but at the same time, you're also going to lose that. You know, small ball to me is like Iron Man football. That's I just did a punt return. Now I got to go play offense, and then as soon as we punt it off, I got to go play linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Like you playing 100 and some snaps in the game. You know, so like we're gonna lose that. We're gonna lose finding those dogs in that small ball.
100%. Najeh, got anything to add, Naj?
Yeah, man. It's unfortunate, man. Y'all is the last to the table, like you said. Down south, I agree with you. I think legislation, something's gonna happen here pretty soon, man. Because as you know, Courtside Bank alluded to, it don't just help players; it's gonna help the whole community. It's gonna bring more, people there, sponsors. It's gonna help everybody out overall. It does hurt small ball, to your point, but I think it'll be beneficial for the players, man. And we got to think about this too, y'all. A lot of these players, they don't come from the same backgrounds. Everybody's background is different. Some have that help from parents. Some don't have that help. Like sometimes, the parent might be dependent on the kid to get out of a rough situation. We just don't know. We don't know what this can help do for them going forward, man. So I think it's big, and I think it's time to get in front of the ball, as you mentioned down south, man, and let these kids profit off their superior talent.
Well, Poe, Danny. But for sure, we finna do segue into, I feel like one of the hottest topics I got on this list is the KJ Lacey or the Landon Duckworth debate. I think, you know what I'm saying, I haven't seen enough KJ Lacey. That's why I got the good brothers to my right on. And I'm gonna start with Courtside, brother. You just came on, so I gotta get you involved, brother. So if you had to pick, are you going KJ or are you going Duck? Pull up the stats to help you out, brother. Don't worry. We got you.
Listen. No, my opinion is my opinion. It's not based on where they go into school, stats, none of that. And it's a little biased. I'm gonna be real. But KJ know he my dog, and little KJ know I love him. I'm gonna keep sharing this post. But Landon Duckworth, listen to me, y'all. I seen him. I got the pleasure to be with him twice this summer. We was at Alabama State. I forgot the other camp we was at. Bro, the Alabama State camp, they ran through the whole camp. It was nothing but 6A and 7A schools there. They ran through it. They won it. And he might have threw one incompletion the whole day, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With real, I know it's only 7-on-7, but still, the fact that you go out there, you at a 4A school, y'all beating all these 6A, 7A schools, this team's from Florida, Georgia, everywhere there. And y'all won it. And you only threw one incompletion? But KJ is wicked too. KJ nice. I don't. It's hard. I like you. I don't like small guys, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Landon is taller. He a little more, he's not bigger body frame, but he a little more taller. You know what I'm saying? I like bigger athletes. It's just a preference though. But you can't go wrong with either one. It depends on what college coach you are, the system y'all run. It really just depends on all that. But me personally, I'm going to take Landon.
We got one vote for Doug. What are the two? Down south.
Yeah. If I had to take one right now, I'm taking KJ. His accuracy, he can deliver off platform. I think he threw one pick last year or some crazy stat like that, or his sophomore year. Like that kid is, and I'm not talking about like on set. I'm talking during a real deal season, of a championship run. Like that young fella was. Now I will say that he did have Ryan Williams.
Right.
He did have Ryan Williams. That makes your job a lot easier as a facilitator. But as far as ceiling, Landon Duckworth's ceiling to me is special, bro. You 6'3", windmilling on the court. That don't grow on trees. Like that don't grow on trees right there, man. And I think Duck has potential to be one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever come out of Alabama. He could possibly compete with Phillip Rivers in the long run. That's my hopes for him. So yeah, as far as ceiling, I'm going Duck. As far as right now readiness, I'm going KJ.
And I agree with Down on that. Yeah, that's me too.
So you switch it up.
I couldn't listen. It's not even that. It's just I couldn't word it like how he worded it. The way he worded it was perfect though.
I'm a fool with these words, man.
Yeah, the words play crazy.
You got the gap.
Should have been a rap.
100%. Mr. Wilkins, you have the floor.
I haven't seen him in person, so it's hard for me to say, but I've watched both of their film, and like y'all both said, I mean, impressive players, man. Like you said, KJ got kind of some of that Patrick Mahomes-esque off-platform type stuff. Like, just go create a play. Go get us that first down. And then Landon just has, like, all those physical traits you look for at the quarterback spot when you're looking at this new era, right? That 6'3", that 220+, his scramble, big arm. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So, I mean, I think I really with down south. So what did you say?
No, I said not to cut you off, but fast. I was just quoting on what you were saying. He's fast, bro.
Yep, exactly, course side. So I mean, like y'all said, you can't go wrong with either or. But when it comes to, I think, like, who could be elite on that next level, I'm gonna go with Landon Duckworth, because going to LSU, he gonna have the talent, he gonna have the receivers. He already got a dynamic running back coming in that same class with him. I feel like he's more kind of equipped to play compared to Lacey, who's going to probably Texas. They're gonna have Arch Manning still there, you know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have to for a little minute, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be Arch Manning first year actually playing, compared to Duckworth. Like, he might be able to get up in there and play immediately.
But are we saying playing early is beneficial? I mean, because sometimes you can get fed to the wolves. I think DJ Lagway was a great tool for that the other night in Tennessee. I don't know if that young fella was ready for that moment. I wish it was a veteran. And wait, what's the quarterback that was starting? Is it Graham Mertz?
Yep, Graham Mertz.
Shout out, we praying for you, brother. I know he's hurt, and that was a weird scenario for him to have to step in like that. But I don't know if rushing them into the starting position is a thing, because that's something we looked at when we was talking about, committed somewhere was, will you get the chance to be developed into the person that we think you can be? So playing, that does do a great bit of justice for a quarterback, but also the development part. Arch sat behind Quinn Ewers, sat behind Malik Murphy. He sat behind some good people, and KJ having a chance to sit behind Arch, I think is going to do him a lot of justice also.
I agree with you down south, and you know what? You're right. It's like a double-edged sword, because we see guys and these quarterbacks, they want to play. Like, you go look in Nebraska with Dylan Raiola, he's playing and he's balling. You know what I'm saying? You go look at Eli Holstein of Pittsburgh, true freshman. He's playing and he's balling. So, but it's to your point. What circumstance is it? Is the team setting him up for success? That's not always the case with these teams. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it is good for them to sit and wait and be ready for that opportunity. So I think it really depends on what system, what scheme you're going into, and if it's beneficial for you.
I'm going to tell you who I think I know this way y'all talk because we talking Alabama, but that kid from Benedictine that committed to Florida State, I think he should have been in weeks ago.
Luke
Yeah.
Roman,
He should have been in.
yes. Yeah, down south. He could ball. I don't know what it is with DJU. Like, I know that was his last year, but you should have known through like the first couple of weeks of the season, like, hey, that's it. Like, look what he did with Oregon State last year, right? And then Clemson, like when Clemson don't want you no more, that should tell you. That should ring the alarm bells a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was gonna stick by your side for a minute. That's still like
that's a fact.
Luke Cromenhop. Yeah.
That's it. From
Come on, Bacon, you see
Benedictine.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember his name, but I remember them. I remember seeing him down there in Hoover, man.
Yeah, he was at Hoover. Yeah, I remember him. He was slinging it too.
Man, like we like 6'5", gotta be at least 6'5".
Yeah,
that's a big boy. I would have had him out there. I ain't gonna lie. He finna sneak it up on my bed.
Last shot though, man. I was kind of hoping. I said, man, hopefully DJ can do his thing. I started seeing him short on and come back. I said, this ain't it. This ain't it. But
real quick, down south, this off topic, but I know you watch college football. What you think about potentially Cam Rising getting the 8th year of eligibility after another injury?
Hey man, listen, that boy got a whole doctorate from playing football. He can literally be a doctor now from playing football, bro. Like, that is crazy work right there. That's crazy. Man, yo, that is so. Hey, man, listen. Let some of these high school players play, man. Golly, bro.
Yeah.
Hang it up, young fella. Well, old fella. Ooh.
He finna put his lab coat on, though. So I gonna change his life.
Yo, 8 years. 8 years. And a lot of these kids, they getting their bachelor's in 3. So if he streamlined that, he can really have his doctoral right now. Like, that is crazy to think that he stuck around that long. Like, 8 years is crazy. It's real crazy.
100%, man. I think we did a great job on this topic. I'm taking Doug. Actually, let me see. Let me try to think about NFL comparison. Y'all beat me to the punch. I can throw it out there. I think maybe a more. People gonna call me like he's tripping. I think a more complete, stronger Tyrod Taylor, more polished, more. You know what I'm saying? You don't think so? Tyrod Taylor can move. He had a big arm, throwing a run a little bit. He was really ahead of his time. Deshaun Watson at minimum.
No, Deshaun.
Cam Newton? I mean, Cam.
Ain't no Tyrod Taylor, bro.
I say more complete, more like, you know, he's not Tyrod Taylor. I was thinking more elevated. Like you, back in the day, you used to go to McDonald's, supersize it.
Yeah, not no Tyrod Taylor. I'm sorry.
All right. We'll move on. All right. I was hoping down south was not down south. Courtside was staying here, man. But
he's a college kid, man. But he's doing great things as far as his content and his creation that he's done for the state. He videos a lot of kids. He does the full game, you know, and he's making the transition over from YouTube to Twitter and IG and all this other stuff now. So it's dope what he's doing, man. Shout out to Courtside, man. I know he's busy, man. He moving around a lot. Shout out to Courtside.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on, brother. We're definitely gonna get your clips out there, get you some more notoriety because the brother does a lot of good work. I do that. The Moody Leeds game gave a lot of shine to your side this past weekend, so shout out to you, brother. There you go.
There you go.
My bad, y'all. My bad.
Hey, boy, we were just talking about this, but
I was coming right back. My bad. I had a call I had to answer. I'm sorry, bro. I'm the worst, y'all.
Hey, they said they don't care what everybody else saying. You a good man.
100%.
Like,
we did say that.
You at Bama right now?
Yeah. You know I go to school here.
So I know now. So
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, y'all go to school here at UA, bro. My bad.
Okay.
I had got a phone call. My bad. But yeah, they create that. You can't go wrong with neither one of them.
So let me get an NFL player count real quick.
A comparison?
NFL or anybody.
Landon in the NFL player or KJ or both?
Do you do both?
Damn, y'all gonna be like on wild though.
Nah, because I was already wild.
We ain't gonna be more wild than Tyrod Taylor, bro.
I said okay, Landon. My comparison to Landon, no, bro, no funny shit, no cap shit. It's got to be Lamar or Jaden Daniels. It's got to be one of those two.
Ooh, Jaden Daniels is not bad.
Jaden Daniels ain't bad.
One of those two. As far as especially the way he played in high school, bro. Go back and watch Lamar Jackson Louisville freshman year, and watch Landon Duckworth. Not this year, last year, his 10th grade year. He only a junior. Just watch the similarities. I'm not saying he's gonna be better than Lamar. I'm just comparing the two similarities.
I would have rather
then with KJ, I see Bryce Young all over again reincarnated. Bryce Young, not the Carolina Bryce Young, Bama Bryce Young.
Okay,
that's me. That's my comparisons.
I would have said Cam Newton or Geno for Duck.
Ooh.
Geno.
Or let me take Geno back. Teddy.
Bridgewater. It's not bad.
Teddy Bridgewater, Cam. And then for KJ, I do, like you just said, I do Bryce Young, but I also do Drew Brees. I think them are two good player comps for him.
I agree.
You have something to say, Najeh?
No, I agree. I think they had some great comparisons, man. Really good players, really good athletes. But my next question for the next segment is about the content creation and what Courtside Bank do. That was my next.
Go ahead.
Let's do it, brother.
Yeah, man. So I want to ask Courtside Bank, man. What I do like, I've seen a lot of your videos, man. You just have a different approach, and I feel like you're a part of the new media with how they talk to athletes, and just being able to relate to them and coming from a different perspective. Not everybody can do that. So just talk about kind of the way you go about it and your unique style when you talk to these athletes and how you're able to relate to them on such a different level.
Okay. Well, I'll start with this. I played, you know what I'm saying? So I know the game, for one. Two, I look a lot younger than what I am. So people automatically think I'm still in high school or right out. You know what I'm saying? They think I'm younger than what I am. And then I just know how to talk to people. It don't matter. It's not even a race issue, whether they black, white, it doesn't matter. But also knowing how to talk to someone and making them feel with being true to myself and knowing who I am and not switching up for who I am. It don't matter if I'm interviewing Tom Brady or Lamar Jackson. I'm going to have the same energy in every interview. Or whether it's a podcast, whatever it is, I'm gonna come with that energy that's gonna have you like, damn, like he lit, like you. It's an energy or a vibe I can't explain that you gotta have around. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna turn you up. And then when I come out with the camera, it's like the kids turn up even more. You know how once upon a time people have cameras or whatever come around and be like, nah, that's putting out bad imagery, whatever. We can go 5-10 years back. Man, you're not going to no high school game unless it's the news. You're not seeing no cameras. You're not seeing no people doing interviews. You're not seeing none of that. But it's just being aware of everyone, knowing how to be respectful, being yourself. It's a lot, man. It's just a lot that goes into it, but it's not hard. I don't think it's hard. It's just something you got to be like, I don't know, called to do, I guess. But definitely to all the young people that's doing it, especially high school kids, if it's something that you love doing or something that you feel like you can make a living off of, take it serious in high school. Because a lot of high schools, especially in the city, I don't know where y'all are, but Birmingham, they starting to offer a lot of classes talking about being social media influencers or just sports, whatever it is, because it don't got to be just sports. Whatever it is you want to do, finding your niche, they help you with stuff like that. So I tell everybody, if it's something that you are interested in, take it serious in high school, because them folks in high school will try to help you push it towards that next level of getting in college. For sure.
Masterclass.
Great answer, man. Appreciate you sharing.
For sure, bro.
And for sure, down south, you provide, you know what I'm saying, you provide a different perspective from the game, brother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got the wisdom to go along with the influence and the camaraderie and the gab. So from your perspective, also having a brother who's heavily involved in the space of this, who's coming up in this new age of media, so what's your perspective?
My perspective is the new age media it's the new wave. To me, it's outdoing the legacy media and they still kind of, on the ivory hill or in the ivory castle, so to speak, looking down because everyone wants it. Because to be honest, in the new age, only certain people will make a platform big enough to do stuff. So they know that. They know that they're kind of divided and we're this one conglomerate of a news anchor or a such and such Tribune or whatever it is. I'm not knocking nobody. Trust me. I promise you, if I wanted to knock you, I'd tell you. But I think the new age, like a courtside, like a QBC Larry, like all these younger kids, like these younger men in Alabama, it's making a new way. It's making a new way. It's making the kid look at something different. Like, hey, if I don't make it, I could take that route. Seeing a coach here, hey, if I don't make it, I could take that route. It's so many different lanes that they're seeing. Like, oh, these guys are providing different ways. And believe it or not, what Courtside is doing is communications. Young fellas, that's communications. All of these different things, it's different avenues, and it's great to see a young fella that can relate to a kid and do something. Now, that's not necessarily my lane. My lane is just shooting the SHIT, talking some stuff. My lane is, trying to help a kid get in contact with this coach and put him, put the pieces to the puzzle together that might be missing in certain areas. It's so many lanes though, man. Like what QBC does is he does stuff specifically for quarterbacks. Now he does help out kids all over though. Don't get me wrong, but QB country is for quarterbacks. That's quarterback country. It's so many different lanes. Big Phil, he's at Parker. He does great work.
Oh yeah, shout out Big Phil. He dope.
Man, he's dope. What Courtside does, it's so many different lanes, and man, it's just beautiful to see the new age media. And that just because you're new age media, you don't have to be young. Dex Preps is an older guy, and we call him the OG of Alabama. Y'all should definitely get Dex Preps on one time.
I bet.
We call him the OG here. He started the new age media movement, kind of per se. He started posting kids highlights on Twitter and doing all this other stuff, and it started a wave of movement for everyone else to kind of create lanes to do what we're doing now. He was on Facebook or I don't know if he was on MySpace or Facebook. He was on something way before Twitter though, so it started, and he kind of developed the fan base and moved from there. So like I think we're going in the right direction, and I do think we just got to come together somehow and make a bigger conglomerate, because no matter what the WKRG or whatever the new news station is, they forever gonna look down on you like you a small fry, so like we just gotta form like Voltron a little bit, and find something to stand on together, find a neutral agreement to stand on something.
I think though, just to your point, down south, we doing that now. Like we got the relationship with you down there in Bama, and you looked out for us when we came down there a couple times, and it's the same with you when you come up here. So I think we started to do that now. We, I don't think of too many media groups that got kind of interstate like how we got going. You know what I'm saying? You and Bama, we here. So I think it's just doing that, finding like-minded people, and continue to kind of join together, man, and put each other up on game and continue to try to help these kids out.
Yeah. That's a fact.
I agree.
MC, I think it's I think it's coming closer around the corner than we may think. Only hard work and dedication, and just continuing to like do what we're doing now, having open conversations, even off camera, where it could be a little more raw, or just bringing more bigger heads in, where we can like plan game plan, but you got to just set aside that time too. And I think the sky's the limit. I think the world, not just the sports world, but the media world as a whole, is in for a cold day. It's like it's gonna be this Friday, real cold.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Say, well, y'all have anything to add, like something that y'all would want to see? I know it's probably like a open-ended question. Anything y'all would want to see this media as a whole, interviews, or anything, etc.
Not really.
Yeah.
I'd like to see us cover the state better. We kind of spread thin I like to see the wide grass covered. I like to see, I don't know what we call that over there by Oxford, the eastern, northeastern, or whatever, center eastern. I don't know the name of it, but over there, I like to see that covered. Huntsville, I like to see that covered. Yeah. Birmingham already has great coverage. I feel like Mobile has great coverage. Shout out to Baby Joe Media and all those boys. Montgomery, the Gump. I like to see more coverage so that way we can get these babies' name out a little bit more. I feel like Georgia does a great job in doing that part. Everybody having their little area and they put out the content and then it all kind of hits Twitter and then everyone can kind of talk about it. I was telling y'all about the Milton Gainesville before we went live. That was circulating here about Brandon Jacobs' boy. It was like, hey, y'all, you ain't seen Brandon Jacobs' boy? He play lineman. Hey, and next thing you know, I got 5 people text me about Brandon Jacobs' boy. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's from y'all. That's from y'all media. So that's dope to me. That's dope that y'all media big up y'all babies and basically get them going viral almost. Y'all put them in the algorithm.
Yeah.
And that's dope. That's dope.
Facts.
100%.
What before we keep saying these segment, what questions y'all have for us, or just topics y'all want to hit, maybe from Georgia, or just in general that y'all want to kind of ask us and maybe get intel from?
Man, I got one, man. You Georgia Tech. Hey man, what's Brent Keys like? What's the vibe in Atlanta with Georgia Tech right now? I know you a beat writer for them, so like, what's the vibe at Georgia Tech?
I'll tell you this, man, it's up. You know what I'm saying? They just got their first 5 stars since 2004. So that was big for the program. They recruiting guys heavy. They flipped a couple guys. A couple teams are trying to flip their guys, their 4-star guys. So it's a battle right now going on in the recruiting world. But Coach Key, man, I think he's real down to earth. Like, he's not going to rub everybody the right way, but you don't want your coach to rub everybody the right way, right? He's got this different demeanor and character about him. And you could tell it exudes through his team, right? With how they want to run the football and how they ran for 371 yards against UNC and 270 plus against Duke. Like, it's this different kind of edge he got to him. I think as if now again, this having a different edge. He's not an a-hole. Like, he's a real, nice guy.
He's from the Saban tree. He's from the Saban tree.
Yeah, man. So he authentic, man. And he got them in their best starts in the decade. So I mean, I really think, to be honest with you, down south, like they not far. Like, they got Notre Dame this weekend in the Benz. They're not far from hitting that and being an elite team again.
Dope. That's dope, man. I really want to see them get back to them glory days. Back when they was in their glory days, probably the triple option days or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But they was, Georgia Tech, man, that's a great atmosphere. If they can make that like Atlanta itself, bro, like that'd be dope, man. Georgia State, I'm hearing good stuff about, I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about Georgia State. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about that over there. Georgia Southern too. They got the USC, the ex-USC coach.
Yep.
So y'all programs are doing some good stuff over there, man. Who y'all favorite in 6A?
She's Carrollton.
I was about to say, y'all bet that's yeah.
What?
Really? It just, come on. I mean, just the offense, Coach Joey King, Mr. 250K.
The boys cold down. The boys cold.
I'm gonna take the field. I've been on it all season. I'm taking the field. Like, Carrollton's elite. They put belt on Gainesville this year. But when I look at DC, when I look at Buford, when I look at Valdosta, who can run that rock and get you with tempo, it's some teams that can definitely contend with them, I think. But they are definitely the creme de la creme. They raw, but I think it's some teams that can go neck and neck with them.
Yeah, 5A.
I like Valdosta. 5A.
I'm gonna be real. Milton are proven otherwise, but hey, Lee County got this kid. It's another viral clip. I don't know if y'all seen it, but it's off NFHX. Usman Kroma that's committed to Georgia. My God.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, when I say a dog, like, he is a different breed. Like, yo, they play Milton, that physicality, that might be a game. I'm not going to lie to you. And then Langston Hughes with Coach Boone Williams, that offensive line that can push you around, that quarterback that's underrated, Christian Langford, they have a good chance too.
What about 4A? Is Warner Robins Warner Robins forehand this
Yeah.
year, right?
Yeah, they struggling though, man. Benedictine put it on them. Belt. Put
Mm.
belt on them. Put belt on them. So
Benedictine, they swinging
yeah,
it. They swinging the belt.
yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna put your game with a team though. You need to know. I mean, Merritt's gonna be in there. They old style though. They run like that triple option, that wing T. North Oconee. Nobody's talking about them. Undefeated. They got this quarterback that's Buster Faulkner's son, the offensive coordinator at Georgia Tech. Kid can sling it. He just had 5 touchdowns and they went against Eastside. Kid is raw. Like, it got him, Kamari Brooks, Leonard Rodon. That's going to be the team that's going to shock a lot of people.
That's
I'm trying
dope,
to
man.
cover the Georgia State championship this year. I'm trying to come down there.
Yeah, you got to pull up, bro. It's going to be
Where
good.
it's gonna be at Georgia State?
Nah, Benz, man. No more state.
It's a Mercedes.
Yes, sir.
That's
Come,
Oh
man.
wow.
Spinning.
Who I hit up
And
about
y'all,
doing the media credentials?
y'all's championship is a week after ours.
Yep.
Because ours is the first week of December at UAB. And then I'm guessing y'all's are the second one, because I talked to a parent and they was like, no, they pushing it back a little bit, because our playoff starts the first week of November and y'all's is the second week of November, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and it's five games basically, right?
Pretty much.
You play 4 games and then you go to the dome.
Yep.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing. So yeah, we might be able to get there that week after.
For sure. Hey, courtside, it's gonna be GHS Day. They got an email. I'm gonna send the information to Bacon so he can send it to you.
I ain't gonna lie, brother. You know, GHSA folk, they I'm saying the old school, brother. I'm going to let you know. You can send it in, try to do it the right way. They're gonna be like, nah, I'm sorry, sir. We don't do any online media. So you know what I'm saying? This
All right, never mind. I'm just gonna DM Juju and be
like,
I'm y'all cameraman for the day. I'm like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
so,
that's
I'm gonna go through the
AHSA
players.
very similar.
There you go.
Yes. Say it again. That was very similar. Yes.
Definitely go through a playing school, hit somebody up. If you trying to go on there off strength, they're gonna show you where that strength at.
Yeah, I'm already on. I wonder why they be like that though.
Like down south said, they sitting in that ivory castle. You know what I'm saying? They've been holding down the fortress for so long, and we around their moat, really done got past their moat, and we at their door. So they try holding off for dear life, to be honest.
We had what's the dude name on YouTube that does the
AJ Green, right?
Yeah, we had AJ Green at a Super 7 that was going on, and AHSA kicked him out.
What?
Oh yeah, they did kick him out. Yeah,
they didn't like how the kids was flocking to him and wanting that attention. Like, I was like, oh, it was embarrassing. I was like, yo,
man, that video was gonna get about 4 million views.
He never posted nothing from that day.
They kicked him out.
They kicked him out.
Got in.
Yeah, they kicked him out. It's crazy, man. They do weird stuff like that, but it is what it is, man. Only thing we can do is push forward, man.
That's it, man. The thing before we go, fellas, I appreciate y'all coming on, man. Just any wisdom, advice that you want to bestow on the viewers, that you would have told your younger self coming up.
Of course, I want to go for it.
No matter.
Yeah. You say it one more time, sorry.
Just any advice, wisdom that you would give to a younger person that you would have told your younger self. Take time, brother.
No, you need too much time. Don't be scared to think outside the box. If it's something different you want to do, go for it. Even if your parents tell you it's lame, you know what I'm saying? No matter who tell you if it's lame, if it's something that you love or something you want to go for it.
Yeah. I'm going to speak directly to the athletes since we're talking football. That time's approaching, young fellas. You guys worked hard all off season. Now you guys put it in. A lot of y'all finna be playing basketball and wrestling. So with that said, hey, it's almost time for y'all to hit the lab. You might not have the season that you want, but that just means hit the lab harder. A lot of y'all finna go swish. Swish. It's time to go hoop. Now the ones that's finna be in playoff mode, understand this is what you train for. This is what you didn't train for the regular season. You train to hoist the trophy. You train to go the hardest, and you're gonna push yourself. Everyone is gonna be hurt. Everyone is gonna be something's not. Everyone is not 100% come November, but November is where real football is played. It's a winner's mentality. It's all right here. It's all gonna be right here, So, young fellas, if I could tell you anything, is make sure your mental is right and get your body prepared for a war, because you got 2 more weeks before you hit a must-win scenario mode. And I just hope y'all ready, man. I'm ready to watch it, and I'm gonna be cheering for y'all from afar.
Now, how do they get their body prepared to get in that mode, brother?
I mean, you can hydrate yourselves. We have something, I don't know what they got in Georgia. We have Restore here in Mountain Brook. They do cryotherapy. They have IV where you can get hydrated. You can get vitamins. You can get almost any type of vitamin through the IV. They have red light heat therapy. You can also go to your local YMCA. They offer scholarships to these YMCAs where they have saunas. They have hot tubs. They have all these different things. There's a lot of different ways you can get your body together. We also have physical therapy places, Encore. I can't think of them. ATI, I think, is another one. It's a lot of places where you can get your physical therapy done. Stretch also, young fellas. That's another important one. Stretch, drink your water, eat your fruits. I tell my J, don't even drink a gallon of water. Drink half a gallon and eat this bag of grapes. I'd rather him do that. Just make sure you're getting the proper intake. Take care of your body. My coach used to tell me cramping ain't a coaching problem. That's a you problem.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't play that cramping stuff. So definitely take care of your body. Take care of your mind. Make sure you're locked in. Don't be in the back and while practice going on, smacking each other on the ass. Pay attention to the assignment. A lot of these people, it's different when you play a regional game because you've seen them so much. You see them every year. But then when you get in the playoff box, you don't know this team. So you really have to listen to your coach and understand, hey, when you see 18 do this, that means he's doing it. Like, that really means something then when y'all scouting. So definitely pay attention. Scout team, you guys are important too. You guys are important to a role in a blue map, So yeah, I probably went on a rant, but yeah, that's about it.
High level, expensive body care and cheap free. You know what I'm saying? You got everything you need. You know what I'm saying? You can thank Big Brother Steve. All right, Mr. Wilkins.
Dude, I mean, for players, man, just be you, bro. Like Steve said, like, you worked this hard to get to this point, man. This is when you separate yourself. This is where your legacy is built. You know what I'm saying? This is how you get to the next level. These moments. If you're under recruited, go harder. You know what I'm saying? So this is where you separate yourself, man, and never let nobody tell you can't do something. It's tough out here. It's hard, but keep going, keep dreaming, and keep putting the work in, man. Somebody's gonna eventually notice your talent. I'll leave you with that.
Let me see. Now I rounded off with this, man. It pretty much gave y'all everything that y'all need to know. But one thing that it didn't point out is that your brothers, man. Make sure you're calling, checking on your brothers, your teammates. Y'all get ready to go to war. Go ahead and start the momentum. Change up the energy in the group chat. We on business time, you know what I'm saying? So just go ahead and shift that switch. Love on them, do whatever you need to do, but make sure they understand that, you know what I'm saying? Like they've been saying, this is what we work for, this is what we're going for. And you know what I'm saying? Always have fun, you know what I'm saying? It's business, but have fun as much as you can. And that's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a legendary, I believe, first episode of The Game is Free. We may stick with this, we may not, but Game is Free right now. There's been a lot of games dropped. You can follow these young men, you can follow these fellas. I believe Down South was on Twitter. What's your Instagram, brother?
09 Sports. It's 09 Sports on IG, and it's Down South Football 1 on X. I'm gonna do like you do on your caption next time we get on. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, you see, you learn something new. I like that.
It's all about the branding, brother. It's all about the branding. Yeah. Where can they find you at, Courtside, brother?
Every Instagram, X, YouTube, it's all the same thing. Courtside Bank. It's all the same.
Hey, Down South, real quick. I know you be doing them awards at the end of the season, man. We might have to have you on the pod for that, man.
Most definitely, we could do it. Just That's Lit. We could do it Just That's Lit Georgia edition too, man. We could do it Just That's Lit.
I like it.
Hey, man.
I like it.
Hey, man, that's what's up, man. I'll holler at y'all on the top of the top.
Yes, sir.
Y'all be blessed, brother. Keep doing your thing.
All right, y'all.
Yes, sir. All right, there they go. So appreciate y'all tuning in, man. That's the latest episode. It sounds like Bacon came up with a name. Hopefully, wrote it down somewhere. The game is free.
Game is free.
Game is free. So we'll see. Maybe we can market that, get it into a little, not a thumbnail, but maybe to like a little logo or something. Maybe Bacon and me and him go half and half or something. Figure out a logo or something with both of our faces on it. Figure out something. You know what I'm saying? Figure out something. But appreciate y'all tuning in. Bacon, I'll let you wrap it up.
For sure, man. This is before we go. If you're watching it still, well, I'm sure there's a lot of people still watching. This is a damn good show. In the comments or on our Instagram, our DMs, please let us know what you like, what you didn't like, and what we could have done better on. And as we expand and get on Spotify, different things, please give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe and follow us at Bacon Network. You see my Twitter handle up there as well. And you can follow Mr. Wilk, I believe it's Naj Wilk. That is WILK. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure
yes, sir.
Yeah,
he's close. He's close.
I try to be smooth there, man. But thank y'all for watching, man. This is an hour 15-minute show. We're trying to do shorter shows. We like to do 45-minute shows, but this one just organically ran over. But like I said, thank y'all for tuning in, and continue to be great and have a blessed night. Peace.